There are lots of exciting new Enclave and Cultist items on the way to the Atomic Shop with update 34 and 35. Let me show you 15 of them. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. Bethesda has recently released new Enclave items, but that's not the end of it. In fact, there are many more as part of Update 35's game files, such as a high-tech table, an extractor, a glowing dummy, and more. The Cultist faction is also getting fresh releases soon, since lots of skull, bone, and overall Cultist items will be added to 76 in the following weeks, such as new clothes, new skull lights, even a display case, and a drum set, among other things. Pretty exciting stuff, I would say. Alright then, the intro is done. Let me show you 15 upcoming Atomic Shop items dedicated to the Enclave and Cultist factions. Let's get into it. Probably the most interesting Enclave release coming soon is this dummy figure. It's called Enclave Radiation Dummy. Yep, I know, long name, but it's a very promising item. Now, I bet you are wondering, why are these screenshots showing different colors? Will there be multiple dummies? Well, not really. This is one item and it's always the same one. However, the Enclave dummy is not a static item. It glows in yellow, thus creating the false impression of multiple items. Anyway, this dummy is some sort of anatomy display with lots of human-looking parts inside, as you probably noticed by now. And no, it's not going to be a mannequin or any sort of real display case. Now, if you pay attention to the dummy's chest, you will find the Enclave medallion there, which is a dead giveaway about this item's faction. Yep, Enclave item it is. Lastly, I'm not sure if this dummy will work as a radiation source, like the asteroid or the Rad's Barrow. The name suggests that it is the case, but I could not find much in the game files, as you can see here, so they are either incomplete or maybe there will be no Rad's effect at all, it's just display. Only time will provide the answer though, so let's move to the second one. If you feel like your Enclave camp could use a little renovation, then you won't want to miss this Enclave plotting table, one of the most high-tech items 76 has ever received until date. No kidding, just look at that. It looks like a sci-fi table straight from a movie with all these laser grids and functional screens. I must confess, Bethesda impressed me with this one. It's really detailed and immersive. The Enclave logo even shows up in the main screen as shown. Check out the in-game preview as well. It looks even better than the pictures. In fact, on the main table itself, there's the digital representation of the wasteland. It's basically our map. How cool is that? Anyway, you might be wondering if there are any special features attached to this table, and the answer seems to be no for the time being. I checked the files again and this item is listed as furniture with no references at all, so I suspect it's going to be a static item with lots of animations and effects which make it look dynamic, but in reality there is no interactive options or anything of the sorts. But hey, that's a whole new level for 76 items though. There's so much going on here, even if it's a static item. There's even smoke coming out of the edges and so on. Bethesda really went big this time with this table, don't you think? It's not common for Bethesda to release Extractor skins, but with Update 35 we are getting a new one straight from the Enclave folks. On top of it all, it looks like this huge green high-tech engine, as well as scorching flaming pipes. It looks like an advanced extractor, thanks goodness, because it's exactly and literally what it is. Now, I believe this new extractor will be suitable for everything, to extract all sorts of resources, just like the normal one. It's basically a reskin. I think it works like the power, the generators, for example, when they release a new one, it's always like a reskin. Check out this preview in-game of the Enclave Extractor on an acid rift. Lastly, this new item comes with plenty of effects, such as smoke coming out of the engine and glowing tubes fueling the extractor itself. It's another must-get item for Enclave fans, that's for sure. Alright, the next new item is a skin for shotguns, and I'm not 100% sure it is an Enclave item, but it surely looks like one. It's green, it has stars on it. Yes, I'm aware these 3 stars refer to the Lieutenant General rank in the US Army, so in the end this could be just a military weapon skin. But that doesn't mean it won't fit the Enclave like a glove. I mean, it fits perfectly with most Enclave outfits, like the latest one, the Signal Man and Enclave backpack. The green tone is even the same, if I'm not mistaken. Plus, there is a new wave of Enclave items coming again, so I figured this one might be part of that list. Maybe, who knows? We will have to wait for the official release to see if I'm right or wrong. Now, let's move to the new cultist stuff, starting by the dungeon outfit and mask. It looks very medieval and raiderish even. I thought this was a raider's outfit before checking the name, but I was completely wrong. This is a cultist faction entry, a very alternative one, I might add. Maybe Bethesda is now creating high-rank cultist outfits. I don't get much from the title here, dungeon. What does that mean, dungeon? Well, whatever it is, this outfit is surely very elaborated and super fancy with all these metal adornments, and the mask screams danger. It's not like the typical rugs and scraps type of cultist outfits we typically get. I really like it, don't get me wrong, but I would never associate it with the cultists if it was not for the name. I think it might be a bit off topic though, but what do you think? Next, let me introduce you to these awesome display cases joining the high leagues of building in 76. That's right, this cultist beer stain looks impressive. It's more like a decor item in my view. It features a totem at the center with lots of details at the base, and then the beer stain slots are located all around the totem inner circle. There are 7 slots in total. The max we ever got so far, I think. Just so there are no doubts, I checked the game files, and indeed, it is labeled as a display case. I hope they make normal display cases next, following this sort of design. It looks so rustic, so nice. Anyway, let's move on to the next items. Moving forward, cultists are also getting a new backpack, just like the Enclave recently did, but in this case, it's far from being high-tech or even good-looking, I would risk to say. It's just a plain rectangular rattan backpack, kinda like a rattan container even. It also comes with leather straps as the closure mechanism, and yeah, that's about it. It's a very plain and simple item, but that's not necessarily bad. Sometimes less is more, if you know what I mean. In fact, I think this backpack will pair really well with dresses and more casual outfits, way more than real cultist clothing, to be honest. It's like an old-time vintage backpack in the end. It's quite adorable. If you love skull and bone items, then you are going to be excited about what's coming. There are tons of cultist lights on the way, such as the standing still torch shown here, which is going to be a Fallout 1st exclusive according to the game files. But don't worry, there are many more on the way, including free ones with Season 9 Dread Island, as well as paid ones for the Atomic Shop, as you will see next. As for this one, it's a floor torch, and it doesn't seem to provide that much light as per usual. With torches in 76, it's completely normal, but it surely allows you to create that dark, deadly sort of atmosphere. You know, fear is in the air, maybe? Well, let's keep moving. The next lights are just the cherry at the top of the cake, as they say. If you are looking forward to getting more skull, bone, dangerous looking lights, then you don't want to miss the following 2 releases. No. There is the steel skull light for walls, and boy, oh boy, that's a lovely one. The design is genius. The metal skull itself is melting, and then the flames burst from the deep inside. You can even see them through the eye sockets. Beautiful. Just wow. But the next light is no less impressive. Take a look at this gorgeous skeleton chandelier. I think they should give a raise to whoever is coming up with these new concepts. They really deserve it. Well, what can I say? It's the era of Skull and Bones for 76, especially if you consider all the related new stuff coming with Season 9. Alright everyone, if you enjoyed 76 instruments, then I have great news for you. We are getting yet another drum set, this time with skulls and bones. Oh yeah, rock and roll, I suppose. I wonder if the drum sounds will be the same or different from the existing drum set. Well, the one we have sounds really good, so I guess it's fine if they keep it the same. Either way, the aesthetics here is out of this world. I'm surprised Bethesda did not name this one as Raiders, because the Raider vibe is totally there. I mean, look at it. There are even spikes and bloodstains everywhere. Is it just me? Let me know in the comments. We are almost at the end of the video, but not without this skeleton cart. That's a pretty creepy item to add to the game, but hey, I can see the appeal, especially for certain themes like mines, dig sites. We even have shelters for that, so it will fit perfectly in such places. Anyway, this decor item is relatively simple. It's basically a yellow cart with soil, featuring a semi-buried skeleton in a totally not weird position to fit inside. It's actually quite disturbing the more you look at that skeleton pose. Yeah, let's move to the last items. While researching for this video, I came across this sort of eye monocle made out of bone. It looks really interesting, but also really small. If they release this, it will hardly be visible unless you do a super zoom in into characters' faces. But other than that, I think it's a very creative item, and it will surely add character to certain looks, especially Raider and Cultist ones. We don't have a lot of eye cosmetics either, so this would be a decent release in my view. Lastly, I decided to add this human head in a jar. It's not exactly part of a specific faction, but who else would preserve human heads? Probably cultists or some devious Enclave members, I would say. After all, cannibals would probably and most likely just eat it straight away instead of preserving it, right? Anyhow, this new item is part of the new files, so expect to see it live soonish. It will pair really well with the other free and paid jars we already have in-game. Update 35 is certainly bringing a new era to 76, as I already said before. There's just so many new items following a thematic which has been hardly explored in the past. There are dozens of skull, bone and skeleton items on the way. If you would like to learn more about that, feel free to check my Season 9 Dread Island preview, where I showcase even more new items following this style. And of course, the Enclave is getting some more love, which is great. It's looking promising in the Atomic Shop department, but I'm not sure it will be enough to fill up the shop for months to come. So let's hope there's even more new stuff on the way. Otherwise, I think it will be safe to assume Bethesda is planning to bring back even more old bundles, just like it has been happening lately. More old stuff returning for good, I suppose. Anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed. If you are wondering if I'm sick again, yes, that's why my voice is so raspy. I lost my voice for a week, catched another flu. Yay. It is what it is though, I cannot change it, so I seem to catch everything lately. Well, let me know which item was your favorite from this batch. There's lots of exciting things coming, and that's it for now. I'm Marta Branco, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to help the channel, and as always, a huge shout out to all my dear supporters. I will see you all very, very soon in the next one. Until then, take care, adios, bye bye!